everyone, welcome to East-West Horizon. I'm Sylvia Tian. German Chancellor Olaf Scholz's visit to China was a big news among European countries and the Western world, as well as in China. But the political reality is tough back in Germany for Scholz and his policy. Today, German Foreign Minister Annalena Baerbock expressed her opposite point of view regarding German companies which do business with China. It reviews the conflicts among Germany government branches and political parties. Scholz may have his vision to deepen the business relationship with China, but others may not agree yet. Politicized business is one of the typical attitudes among German politicians. Here's a news from Germany today. German companies that depend completely on one market may not 100% have the country's best economic interest in mind, said German Foreign Minister Annalena Baerbock on Friday about state investment guarantees under the country's new China strategy. Baerbock defended the plans of the foreign and economic ministries to scale back state export guarantee for particularly exposed companies doing business with China. When it comes to export guarantees, we always have to take into account that if there really is a complete halt, as we have just experienced in the case of Russia, we as a state, which is after all funded by taxpayers' money, can we actually take responsibility for it? Baerbock said at an event with foreign journalists in Berlin. German Chancellor Olaf Scholz's government is in the process of drawing up a new business strategy on China. Under measures proposed by Baerbock's ministry, investment guarantees will face greater scrutiny to take account of the environmental impact, work and social standard, and to avoid forced labor in supply chain, said a confidential draft document seen by Reuters last month. Experts expect more China-EU talks, eye closer economic ties. But on the other hand, China is looking forward to work with EU and expect more talks and closer economic ties. Here is the Chinese side story and what Chinese businesses think.
We could probably revive the China-Europe investment treaty. Number two, I think we have actually established in the past two corporate mechanisms among the EU-China leaders. First is, of course, this digital agreement, digital cooperation mechanism. And of course, second is the on green, sustainable development. And thirdly, I think that, for example, we share a lot of the common ground on the WTO. We want to push the more multilateral agenda and in the WTO system.
The top 10 European companies, again, in these three segments, chemicals, car and machinery, expanding, still putting quite some numbers in there into the economy, but we can also see that other companies putting investment ideas on hold.
Despite turbulent international situation, Chinese experts believe there's still ample room for business cooperations between China and European Union, two major economics that have developed close trade ties. China and the EU share a long history of cooperation and have big influence on each other. European Council President Charles Michel visited China and have talks with Chinese President Xi Jinping on Thursday. The European Council said in a statement earlier that against the backdrop of a tense geopolitical and economic environment, Charles Michel's visit is a timely opportunity for both EU and China to engage. Jörg Wuttker, president of the EU Chamber of Commerce in China, said many leading European companies are still scaling up their investment in China. In the first 10 months of 2022, China-EU trade value hit $711 billion, up 6.3% year-on-year. China remains the largest trading partner of the EU, and the EU remains China's second largest trading partner. In addition, EU's investment in China totaled $7.5 billion in the first 8 months up 121% year-on-year. But given the uncertainty sparked by the COVID-19 pandemic, Woodkey said some companies are worried about business trips and supply chains. He welcomed more engagement and talks between the two sides. Chinese Foreign Ministry said on Monday that Beijing hopes to strengthen strategic communications and build consensus with the European side through the visit and jointly work for sustained, sound, and steady development of China-EU relations. It looks China and Germany and major EU members are facing different reactions towards each other and among themselves. We will keep an eye on the development of their trade and geopolitical future. That's all for today. Wish you enjoy this wonderful holiday season. Please like and subscribe the US Chinese News Network. I will see you next time.